Thank you for joining us on this exploration into the strength and resilience that chosen ones embody. Remember, each of us has a spark of purpose and the power to rise above adversity. As you move through life, let today's insights guide you. Embrace your inner strength, trust your path, and recognize the protection that comes from living in alignment with your true purpose. Share your own stories of resilience in the comments below, or let us know if you've ever felt that invisible force guiding and protecting you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Spiritual Wisdom for more on manifesting your highest self. Until next time, stay aligned, stay strong, and remember, the universe has your back. One. They ignored the warnings and built their own downfall. In life, there are moments when people are warned, whether by intuition, signs, or even direct consequences, to let go and stay in their lane. But blinded by arrogance, they ignore the spiritual truths staring them in the face. They convince themselves they are untouchable, that they can manipulate circumstances and people to fit their ambitions. However, when the chosen are involved, they are not just fighting a person, they are defying a plan orchestrated by the divine. Every act of interference, no matter how subtle or calculated, only strengthens the eventual reckoning they'll face. It begins with small victories, little moments of deceit or manipulation that seem to go unnoticed. They feel emboldened, thinking they've outsmarted the chosen, yet each move is a thread in a web they are weaving around themselves. The spiritual journey of a chosen one comes with challenges, but it is protected by a power far greater than human cunning. As the meddling continues, the seeds of their actions take root, growing into consequences they cannot foresee. Every inner voice telling them to stop, every warning from life itself, is ignored in their quest for control. They believe they're moving ahead, but with each step, they're walking into a trap of their own design. The universe watches quietly, allowing them the illusion of progress. Then, when they least expect it, the spiritual awakening of divine justice reveals its hand. The plans they thought were foolproof unravel before their eyes, and the fallout is catastrophic. The chaos they meant for someone else boomerangs back with multiplied force, catching them completely unprepared. Suddenly, the manipulator becomes the manipulated, the hunter becomes the hunted, and they find themselves ensnared in the consequences they so eagerly designed for another. This moment is not coincidence, it's divine justice at work, proving that no one can tamper with what is meant to be without facing the repercussions. For those who are on their own spiritual awakening, this is a profound reminder of the balance and justice that lies within the spiritual world. Modern life may lead people to believe that they can control everything, their jobs, their relationships, or even other people. But spiritual laws are immutable. Instead of seeking to sabotage others, focus on your own path and growth. Stay aligned with your values, trust in divine timing, and give others room to grow. For those who are chosen, remember, no weapon formed against you can prosper when you walk in alignment with your purpose. And for those who interfere, know that every action, no matter how hidden, is seen and accounted for. The universe ensures that every debt is paid, one way or another. So stay in your lane, respect the spiritual order, and trust that what is meant for you will never miss you. Comment below, "I stay in my lane," and let's continue this journey together. 2. The warning was a gift, not a threat. When God's chosen ones speak up, it's not to intimidate or boast, it's to offer a lifeline, a divine moment of grace meant to steer others away from harm and back towards spiritual growth. Their warnings are rooted in compassion, not control. Being connected to higher wisdom, chosen ones see beyond the surface, understanding the ripple effects of our actions in ways most people can't. They don't offer their insight to prove superiority, but to share guidance that might just save someone from spiritual and emotional turmoil. Yet, how often do we misinterpret this grace? Far too many dismiss these words of caution as arrogance, weakness, or worse, irrelevance. They assume the chosen ones are meddling, not realizing that ignoring a spiritually guided warning can lead to devastating consequences. Imagine a close friend warns you about a bad decision, a toxic relationship, risky financial venture, or unhealthy lifestyle habit. At first, you might feel defensive or even insulted, but as time passes and you face the repercussions of that choice, you start to understand their perspective. Similarly, when chosen ones share divine wisdom, it's not about control, it's about sparking awareness. But arrogance often blinds people to the opportunity for change. They may scoff, dismissing the chosen one's insight as just an opinion, thinking, "What do they know about my life?" In doing so, they misunderstand the intent, failing to see that this warning is a gift wrapped in humility and foresight. In today's fast-paced world, think of how often we ignore red flags, both spiritual and practical. Perhaps it's a gut feeling to avoid a deal that looks too good to be true, or an inner voice urging us to rethink a conflict. Spirituality teaches us to honor these signals. The chosen ones, through their own spiritual growth, amplify this wisdom, hoping to guide others. But when people ignore these insights, they often find themselves facing consequences they could have avoided. For example, consider the modern phenomenon of ignoring health advice. How many of us are warned by friends or even doctors to make a change before it's too late? Yet some continue down the same harmful path until the diagnosis forces them to confront reality. It's the same with spiritual warnings. When the consequences begin to unravel broken relationships, financial ruin, or even spiritual disconnection, people often realize too late that the warning wasn't an attempt to control, but a chance to step into alignment with their higher purpose. Now, those who dismissed the advice see it for what it was, their last opportunity to course correct before the consequences became irreversible. So, what's the takeaway here? Never dismiss a warning, especially one that comes from someone deeply rooted in spiritual wisdom. Pause and reflect when someone offers you guidance. Ask yourself, could there be truth in their words that I'm refusing to see? Remember, spiritual growth often requires humility, the courage to acknowledge where we might be wrong, and the willingness to change. Life isn't about proving who's right or wrong. It's about learning, evolving, and walking a path of higher purpose. Let us honor the warnings we receive not as challenges, but as acts of love designed to help us avoid pitfalls and align with the abundance that awaits when we choose to grow. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. What is your perspective on the importance of this value? Share your insights and let's continue this conversation. 3. Divine patience has its limits, and they just hit theirs. When you walk the path of the chosen, you carry a unique light, protected by a spiritual wisdom far greater than anything this world can comprehend. This light comes with a divine patience, a grace so profound it offers others the chance to reconsider, to correct their ways, and to realign with truth. It's not weakness, it's a gift, a space to grow and transform. Yet some take this patience as an invitation to push boundaries, mistaking it for permission to overstep. They test the chosen, thinking the grace will last forever, thinking there will always be another chance, another moment to escape the consequences of their actions. But here's the truth. Even divine patience has its limits. And when those limits are crossed, there's no turning back. Imagine being given countless subtle warnings, those gut feelings, sleepless nights, or moments when your conscience whispers that something isn't right. These are not mere coincidences. They are signs, reminders that you're veering off course. But what happens when these signs are ignored? When opportunities to pause and reflect are dismissed in favor of selfish desires or reckless actions? As Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "The law of cause and effect is not to be denied. The energy you send out will always find its way back to you." For those who have tested the chosen, this is the moment they realize they've been running on borrowed time. The patience that shielded them, giving room for change, eventually shifts. When divine patience is withdrawn, the balance tips. What was once quiet protection transforms into an undeniable force, swift, exact, and unstoppable. It's as though the universe itself has turned on a spotlight, illuminating every hidden deed, every manipulative choice, every moment of cruelty they thought would remain buried. Suddenly, there is no shadow left to hide in. The consequences they avoided become unavoidable, and the truth they ran from confronts them head-on. This isn't about vengeance or punishment. It's about accountability. The chosen ones aren't vindictive, but their energy resonates with a higher order that cannot be manipulated forever. As Maya Angelou said, "When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time." Those who persist in testing the chosen do so at their own peril, ignoring the grace extended to them. But divine wisdom ensures that every action, good or bad, comes back to the doer. Have you ever wondered, what signs might you be missing in your own life? How often do we dismiss those moments that call us to grow, thinking we'll have more time? Now, those who cross the line must face a reality of their own making. The gentle warnings they brushed aside become deafening truths. The chances they squandered vanish, leaving them exposed to the raw consequences of their choices. The chosen, anchored in spiritual wisdom, move forward, untouched by the chaos left behind. Their light shines brighter, while those who ignored the divine signs must reckon with the darkness they created. This moment is a powerful reminder. Divine patience is not infinite, and when it runs out, it's not a punishment, it's simply the universe balancing the scales. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like this video and share it with others who might need these great values. Let's continue this conversation and go deeper into what these values really mean. 4. The cycle of karma is speeding up. No escape this time. The cycle of karma is no longer the slow-moving force it once seemed to be. Instead, it has picked up an unprecedented pace in this era of spiritual acceleration. Every action, thought, and intention now carries weight that ripples out into the universe, only to return faster than ever. People who once believed they could act without facing the consequences, whether through deceit, manipulation, or envy, are discovering that karma doesn't wait anymore. The spiritual awakening of this time has heightened awareness, and with it, the universe demands accountability in real time. For those who have targeted the chosen ones, attempting to derail their purpose or undermine their spiritual strength, the backlash has become immediate and unavoidable. It's like standing on the shoreline as an unseen wave of consequences crashes down, leaving no time to prepare or escape. Many of these individuals operated under the illusion that the old, slower rhythm of cause and effect still applied. They thought they had the luxury of time to dodge responsibility, craft excuses, or hide from the truth. But the spiritual energy of today doesn't allow for loopholes. As soon as they sowed seeds of negativity, be it deceit, jealousy, or manipulation, they unknowingly set themselves up for a swift and powerful return of that very energy. It's as if they planted a garden of thorns, only to find themselves ensnared by it moments later. Each attempt to sidestep the consequences has only pulled them deeper into a self-created trap, where every escape route leads to yet another hard truth. This acceleration of karmic justice is no accident. It reflects the collective shift towards spiritual awareness, where the vibrations of the universe demand honesty, integrity, and alignment with higher truths. Those who acted maliciously against the chosen ones can no longer hide behind the passage of time or hope that their actions go unnoticed. The chosen, in their resilience and spiritual power, have become catalysts for this karmic reckoning. The energy surrounding them amplifies the response to wrongdoing, holding those who sought to harm them accountable with unrelenting force. And as these individuals are forced to confront their actions, they are left grappling with the harsh realization that the cycle of karma doesn't forget, forgive, or falter. This phenomenon serves as a powerful lesson for all navigating this heightened spiritual age. It reminds us that every choice matters, and the energy we emit will inevitably find its way back to us. If we approach life with kindness, integrity, and a sincere desire to uplift others, we align ourselves with positive karmic cycles. But if we choose deception, jealousy, or harm, the universe will respond with equal intensity. For those chosen, this is a time to stand firm in your purpose, knowing that spiritual justice is with you. For all others, it is a call to reflect, recalibrate, and realize that being authentic is not only a virtue, but a necessity in today's spiritually awakened world. Comment below. I choose to live with integrity as your affirmation on this wonderful journey. 5. They tried to play God and are feeling the backlash. Some people truly believe they hold the power to shape someone else's destiny, as though they've been given the authority to decide who rises and who falls. This belief grows even more dangerous when they fix their sights on someone living in alignment with their higher purpose, a chosen one walking a path of spiritual growth. These individuals, blinded by their arrogance, think they can manipulate, derail, or even destroy the divine trajectory of another's life. But let's be clear, there is only one true architect of destiny, and it is not them. When they step into this role they were never meant to fill, they invite consequences far beyond what they can handle. They create an illusion of power, an empire built on manipulation, control, and deceit. But this empire is nothing more than a house of cards waiting for the right moment to collapse. For a time they may feel untouchable, emboldened by the influence they've spent years cultivating. They pull strings behind the scenes, set elaborate traps, and move people around like pawns in a chess game, all to try and force their will onto the life of someone marked by spiritual purpose. But what they fail to see is that every manipulative act, every attempt to undermine divine order, plants the seeds of their own downfall. Beneath their feet, cracks begin to form, subtle at first, but growing wider with every misstep. They might not even notice the unraveling until it's too late, until the very power they sought to wield turns against them with a force they never anticipated. It's in this moment, when they feel most secure in their false sense of control, that the backlash strikes. The structures they relied on crumble piece by piece. The relationships they once used as leverage fall apart as allies see their true colors and turn away. Plans that seemed airtight begin to fail spectacularly, leaving them scrambling to regain their footing. What's worse, the very force they invoked believing they could command it exposes the emptiness of their power. Their empire doesn't just collapse, it implodes, leaving them surrounded by the wreckage of their own making. They are forced to confront a painful reality. They tried to play God, but in doing so, they lost everything. Think about this. Have you ever witnessed someone try to control another person's path only to face consequences they couldn't escape? Perhaps it was a boss who manipulated their employees, a friend who betrayed trust, or even a family member who tried to dictate someone's life choices. These stories are reminders of the spiritual law that governs all things that you send out into the world that come back to you, often magnified. When people meddle in the divine, they inevitably face the force of what they tried to disrupt. The chosen ones, guided by spirituality and protected by divine grace, may stumble, but they rise again. Meanwhile, those who tried to control them are left grappling with the fallout of their own actions. The lesson here is profound. Stay in your lane. If you feel tempted to manipulate or control others, ask yourself why. Is it fear, envy, a desire for validation? Recognize that true spiritual growth comes from aligning with your purpose, not tearing down someone else's. Life has a way of balancing itself, and trying to force your will on others only disrupts your own journey. The energy you send out will always return to you, so let it be one of support, faith, and alignment with the divine. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. What is your perspective on the importance of this value? Share your insights, and let's continue this conversation. 6. Blind ambition comes with a price. When people allow blind ambition to dictate their actions, they often find themselves playing a dangerous game they don't fully understand. They might set out to push someone aside, fueled by envy or a need to dominate, thinking it's just a small move to get ahead. But here's the truth. When ambition is driven by negativity, especially envy, it rarely leads to true success. Instead, it becomes a trap. The quick thrill of feeling superior, or the temporary high of seizing control, blinds them to the deeper consequences of their choices. As the ancient proverb says, "Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall." How often do people pause to ask themselves what price they are willing to pay for a fleeting victory? Think about it when you operate from a place of envy or manipulation. You're not just playing with someone else's destiny. You're tampering with forces far greater than you. Spiritual wisdom reminds us that what you send out into the world, you inevitably invite back into your life. These individuals may feel untouchable, believing they can outsmart or outmaneuver those they perceive as threats. Every small win feeds their ego, convincing them they're unstoppable. But here's the thing. Ambition rooted in envy clouds judgment. It creates an illusion of power and control while quietly sowing the seeds of self-destruction. What happens when the thrill wears off and reality comes knocking? The game they thought they were winning suddenly shifts. The fire they kindled to destroy someone else starts burning out of control, consuming everything in its path, including their own ambitions. The status, influence, and power they craved begin slipping away, leaving them exposed and vulnerable. In their pursuit of dominance, they fail to see that their victories were never solid. They were built on shaky ground. How often do we see this in life, people chasing external validation, only to realize too late that they've lost the very foundation of who they are? Blind ambition isn't just about striving for more. It's about striving for the wrong reasons. When envy and manipulation take center stage, the spiritual cost is immense. As the saying goes, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world, yet forfeit his soul? These individuals thought they were playing chess, always one step ahead, but they failed to see the hand of divine justice moving the board. God warns us all to stay in our lane, to pursue our path with integrity and humility. Ignoring that wisdom comes with a cost no one is prepared to pay. So, let me ask you this. Are you chasing something for the right reasons? Or are you being led by emotions like envy and pride? Take a moment to reflect on your motivations, because the energy you put out will always find its way back to you. Spiritual wisdom teaches us that true power comes not from stepping on others, but from walking your own path with faith and purpose. Those who refuse to learn this lesson may find themselves facing consequences they never saw coming, left to confront a reality they built with their own hands and one they can no longer control. And if you feel inspired by this message, type "I trust the process" as a way to affirm your strength, patience, and commitment to growth. Let's grow together. 7. Ignoring the divine blueprint. Backfired spectacularly. Every chosen one carries within them a divine blueprint, a spiritual roadmap that defines their purpose and guides their journey through life. This isn't just a lofty concept or feel-good idea, it's the essence of their being, intricately woven into their soul from the moment of their creation. While the chosen may not immediately recognize this profound calling, it becomes impossible to ignore as life unfolds. Signs appear, struggles refine them, and the pull toward their destiny becomes undeniable. However, there are always those who fail to comprehend this sacred design. They see the chosen not as vessels of divine purpose, but as obstacles to their own ambitions, attempting to manipulate and control what they cannot understand. They believe they can alter the chosen's path with schemes and force, arrogantly thinking they can rewrite destiny. What they fail to grasp is that interfering with the divine blueprint is not just a futile act, but a perilous one. The spiritual framework of a chosen one's life is protected by forces far greater than human ego or malice, and any attempt to disrupt it triggers a spiritual awakening not just for the chosen, but for the entire universe around them. As these manipulators exert their misguided control, they inadvertently unleash chaos in their own lives. The divine blueprint is unyielding, and the more they try to steer a chosen one off course, the more they derail themselves. Their actions set off a chain reaction, like trying to redirect a river's flow only to drown in the rising waters. The lesson becomes painfully clear. No amount of manipulation, deception, or force can undo what was always meant to be. These individuals, blinded by arrogance, find themselves caught in a storm of consequences, realizing too late that the divine blueprint doesn't bend to human will. Their attempts to block someone else's spiritual awakening only expose their own flaws and lead to their downfall. In modern life, this serves as a powerful reminder that the energy we send out into the world returns to us in kind. When we align with the spiritual flow of our lives and respect the paths of others, we find harmony and purpose. But when we try to control, manipulate, or hinder others, we only bring disruption to our own lives. For the chosen ones, this is an affirmation that no obstacle can deter their spiritual awakening or the fulfillment of their divine purpose. Trust the process, stay aligned with your higher calling, and remember, those who attempt to interfere with what is sacred will only find themselves unraveling. The divine blueprint is not just a promise, it's a testament to the unstoppable power of faith and spiritual resilience. Share your story, or simply type, "I am growing," if you're committed to using every moment to improve yourself. Let's keep this conversation going. I can't wait to hear your insights. 8. Underestimating the spiritual armor around the chosen. When people try to interfere with the chosen ones, they often underestimate the spiritual armor that surrounds them, a powerful, unseen shield of divine protection. At first glance, the chosen might appear quiet, humble, even vulnerable, but beneath the surface lies an energy field fortified by spirituality, purpose, and alignment with divine forces. This isn't mere coincidence or luck, it's a profound spiritual truth. Those who dare to challenge this divine alignment often find themselves caught in a whirlwind of their own making. Small frustrations, unexpected setbacks, and cascading obstacles begin to emerge in their lives. The more they strive to control or manipulate, the more things unravel, leaving them grappling with an inexplicable force they cannot conquer. It's as though the universe itself steps in to defend the chosen, mirroring back the intentions and energy of those who sought to harm them. Think of someone who undermines a colleague at work, perhaps by spreading false rumors to gain an advantage. At first, it might seem like their schemes are working, but soon things start to go awry. A critical project might fail, their reputation begins to falter, and relationships they once relied upon crumble. What they don't realize is that their actions were not just against the individual, they were against a divine purpose, far greater than their own ambitions. The chosen carry a spiritual energy that doesn't just protect them, it redirects the harm intended for them back toward its source. The irony is palpable. The harder someone tries to overpower or outwit the chosen, the stronger the divine protection becomes, amplifying the consequences of their actions. This spiritual growth and protection are not passive forces. They are active and undeniable. The chosen don't have to fight battles themselves, because their alignment with spirituality ensures that higher forces handle what they cannot see. It's a divine orchestration, where even the smallest details work in their favor. Those who try to defy this protection are left to face the realization that they've gone up against something far greater than themselves. The spiritual armor of the chosen isn't just a concept. It's a living, breathing reality, guarding them in ways that cannot be breached by human schemes. So, what can we learn from this? Perhaps the most important lesson is to respect the spiritual journey of others and focus on our own path. Why waste energy trying to control or harm when life flows more harmoniously, when we align with kindness, purpose, and humility? Ask yourself, are your actions adding value to the world, or are they fueled by jealousy or competition? Remember, the energy you put into the universe has a way of returning to you, magnified. By understanding and respecting the spiritual growth and protection of the chosen, we can shift our focus toward building our own spiritual armor, a force of positivity, integrity, and alignment with the greater good. Let this be a reminder. Walk your path with humility and purpose, because the unseen forces that guard the chosen are the same ones that uplift those who act with genuine intent. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like this video and share it with others. 9. They thought they knew the chosen's weaknesses. They were wrong. Have you ever noticed how some people think they can outsmart the chosen ones, confidently assuming they've uncovered their so-called weaknesses? They think, I've got them figured out. Their kindness is just softness, their patience is passivity, and their compassion is weakness. But let me tell you something, they couldn't be more mistaken. The chosen ones, walking in spiritual wisdom, have faced every flaw, every challenge, and every shadow within themselves. What others see as weaknesses are actually battle-tested strengths, earned through trials and spiritual growth. Think of the words of Mahatma Gandhi. Strength does not come from physical capacity. It comes from an indomitable will. The chosen ones embody this truth, their patience rooted in quiet resilience, their kindness a deliberate choice born of power, not frailty. You see, those who seek to exploit these supposed flaws believe they're playing a clever game. They assume that kindness means the chosen are easy to manipulate, or that patience means they're too afraid to act. They believe they can chip away at the chosen foundation. But here's the twist. The very qualities they think they can use as weapons against the chosen are the same ones that shield them. Have you ever wondered why that is? It's because kindness, patience, and compassion are not weaknesses. They are shields forged in the fire of self-awareness and divine purpose. The chosen don't show kindness because they're blind to the dangers of the world. They do it because their strength lies in choosing love over fear, time and time again. Patience isn't a lack of courage. It's the ultimate form of discipline, knowing when to wait and when to act with precision. As these would-be manipulators move forward, thinking they've found the chosen's Achilles heel, they walk into a trap of their own making. Their actions reveal not the weaknesses of the chosen, but their own insecurities and hunger for control. By striking out, they expose the cracks in their own foundation, their fear, their doubt, their lack of understanding. Doesn't it make you wonder? What does it say about someone who spends so much time trying to bring others down rather than lifting themselves up? As the chosen stand firm, untouched by the pettiness, those who sought to harm them are forced to face a harsh truth. In the end, the weaknesses they believed they could exploit weren't weaknesses at all. They were mirrors, reflecting every hidden flaw and insecurity of those who sought to use them. This realization is a heavy burden to bear, one that can't be easily shaken. The chosen remain grounded, their spiritual wisdom guiding them through the storms others create. But those storms always circle back, leaving the instigators to confront the chaos they unleashed. The question now is, will they learn from it? Or will they continue to misunderstand the strength of the chosen, the power of spiritual wisdom, and the beauty of a heart that refuses to be hardened? The truth is clear. The chosen have already won, not through retaliation, but through the unstoppable force of their authenticity, integrity, and unwavering faith. If this message speaks to you, take it a step further and share it with someone who might need this reminder. Together, we can build connections rooted in honesty and respect. 10. They played small power games, but stirred a giant. The chosen ones carry a profound spiritual strength, often misunderstood by those who see their peaceful demeanor as an opportunity to manipulate or control. This calmness isn't passivity. It's a reflection of immense inner power, a spiritual awakening that aligns them with a purpose far greater than ordinary perception can grasp. Those who attempt to play small power games with the chosen fail to see the giant they are stirring. They believe they can win with deceit, tricks, and schemes, but in their ignorance, they ignite a force rooted in divine energy, one that transcends their understanding of control and manipulation. When others test the boundaries of the chosen, they mistake stillness for submission and quiet resolve for vulnerability. But the energy the chosen carry is ancient, unyielding, and connected to a spiritual awakening that radiates far beyond mere words or actions. It's not a power that needs to shout or prove itself. It simply is. Their presence alone disrupts schemes and dismantles illusions. It's as if the misguided souls who try to dominate them have poked a bear, not realizing they've awakened a force that will transform their small games into monumental consequences. What happens next is a divine reversal. Those who sought control, who thought they could dictate the course of the chosen, found themselves trapped in the chaos of their own making. Their plans unravel, their manipulations backfire, and they're left grappling with the realization that they've provoked forces far beyond their comprehension. The spiritual momentum the chosen embody begins to manifest, and the ripple effect touches every corner of the manipulator's life. Their once calculated moves now seem foolish, their control slipping through their fingers as they face the consequences of tampering with divine purpose. This isn't just about retribution, it's about alignment. The chosen don't retaliate out of anger or revenge, they simply stay true to their path, and in doing so, the universal law of balance takes over. In modern life, this scenario plays out in countless ways at work, in relationships, or in societal dynamics, where those driven by ego and power underestimate the quiet but resolute strength of spiritually awakened individuals. The lesson is clear. Don't mistake composure for weakness, nor silence for submission. Those who walk in alignment with a higher purpose are protected by a force that needs no defense. To my audience, let this be a reminder. Protect your energy, stay aligned with your spiritual awakening, and don't let the games of others distract you from your divine path. When you remain grounded in your truth, those who attempt to disrupt your peace will only expose their own lack of alignment. The chosen's strength isn't in fighting battles. They rise above them, allowing the divine to work on their behalf. Stay strong, stay centered, and watch as those who underestimated you come to understand the power they dared to challenge. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like this video and share it with others who might need these great values. Let's continue this conversation and go deeper into what these values really mean. 11. They thought hiding in the shadows would protect them. There are people who believe that operating in the shadows grants them immunity, a free pass to manipulate and scheme without facing the repercussions of their actions. They move quietly, cloaked in secrecy, confident that their deeds will remain hidden from view. When it comes to the chosen ones, those deeply connected to spirituality and divine purpose, they assume these covert acts will go unnoticed. They convince themselves that the darkness shields them, giving them the false courage to cross boundaries they would never dare approach in the light of day. But here's where they miscalculate. The chosen are not just connected to the physical world. They're aligned with a higher awareness, a spiritual intuition that cuts through deception and reveals truths hidden beneath layers of pretense. The chosen often recognize when something is amiss. They feel the subtle shifts in energy, the ripple effects of ill intentions directed their way. This sensitivity is not ordinary. It is spiritual growth in action, a heightened awareness that provides clarity even when specifics remain obscured. Yet chosen ones rarely react impulsively. To outsiders, their calm demeanor may seem like ignorance or indifference, but it is neither. It is a profound understanding that the truth always emerges, often in ways that are undeniable and unavoidable. The chosen trust this process, allowing time to unravel deceit and reveal what was hidden in the shadows. For those who have operated in darkness, this unveiling can be devastating. The very forces they sought to manipulate energies, people, and circumstances turn against them, exposing their actions under an unforgiving spotlight. The chosen, standing firmly in their quiet strength, let the truth speak louder than any words could. Their light is unwavering, and no shadow is deep enough to conceal the truth it illuminates. Those who once believed they were untouchable in their secrecy find themselves vulnerable and accountable. Their illusions of control crumble, leaving them to face the consequences of their choices. A modern example of this dynamic can be seen in workplace politics. Imagine someone spreading false narratives about a colleague, believing their whispers will never reach the ears of the intended target. Yet, the colleague, deeply attuned to their intuition and grounded in their spiritual growth, senses the negativity without direct confrontation. Over time, the truth surfaces, maybe through a chance conversation or an unexpected revelation, and the one who sowed discord is left exposed, facing the fallout of their own actions. The chosen individual, having acted with grace and patience, emerges stronger and more respected than ever before. And if you feel inspired by this message, type "I trust the process" as a way to affirm your strength, patience, and commitment to growth. Let's grow together. 12. They became addicted to negativity, and now it's devouring them. Let me tell you something powerful, something you need to understand at your core. Negativity is like a seed, small and seemingly harmless at first. But when nurtured, it grows into a monstrous vine that chokes everything in its path. There are those who saw you, a chosen one, walking in your divine light, radiating peace and spiritual wisdom, and instead of being inspired, they chose envy. They allowed a quiet grudge to fester, a fleeting thought of jealousy to linger, until it grew roots in their soul. They couldn't resist comparing, judging, and resenting. What started as a momentary feeling became their obsession, an addiction to negativity so deep that it began to define them. And here's the truth they refused to face. The darkness they thought they could control to harm others was never theirs to command. It turned on them, devouring their joy, their peace, and their very essence. Now imagine this. What if, instead of clinging to bitterness, they had chosen a different path? What if they had sought spiritual wisdom, learned to cultivate gratitude, and embraced their own journey, instead of obsessing over yours. As Albert Einstein once said, "You cannot solve a problem with the same mindset that created it." By choosing negativity, they created a storm they could no longer outrun. The more they tried to use their darkness to dim your light, the more that same darkness engulfed them. It's a tragic irony, isn't it? They believed their envy and malice would harm you, but instead it became their prison, a cage of their own making. Think about it. How many times have you seen people consumed by their own negativity, unable to break free? What would happen if they redirected all that energy toward healing and self-growth instead? These individuals lose more than they gain peace, clarity, and even their identity. They become unrecognizable, hollow versions of who they once were. Their refusal to let go of negativity doesn't just harm others, it destroys them from the inside out. As the great Maya Angelou said, "Hate, it has caused a lot of problems in the world, but it has not solved one yet." So let me ask you this. How do you respond when you encounter such people? Do you let their negativity affect you? Or do you stand firm in your spiritual wisdom, knowing that their hate cannot touch the light within you? This is your reminder that no matter how much they try to tear you down, their actions only serve to elevate you further. Your peace, your clarity, your sense of purpose, they are gifts that no one can take away unless you allow it. Keep walking in your truth, chosen one, because their bitterness is not your burden to carry. Instead, let their actions be a lesson. Negativity is a self-inflicted wound, and only those who embrace love and spiritual wisdom can truly be free. As we conclude this video, remember that the story of the chosen is a powerful reminder of resilience, divine protection, and the universal law of balance. Those who sought to disrupt their path underestimated the strength and purpose of a destiny guided by higher forces. Let this serve as inspiration to trust your journey and stay aligned with your higher purpose, knowing that challenges can only make you stronger. What are your thoughts on how the universe restores balance in life? Share your insights in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to Spiritual Wisdom for more empowering revelations. Stay blessed, stay connected, and keep walking boldly in your purpose. Chosen ones, God hid your true identity because your superpowers are a top secret. The most dangerous power is the one nobody sees coming. Welcome back, Spiritual Wisdom family. Today we're diving deep into why your true identity as a chosen one is intentionally hidden by divine design. Have you ever wondered why you often feel different? Like there's something extraordinary bubbling just beneath the surface? It's no accident. Your superpowers are top secret, concealed until the moment you're truly ready to unleash them. But what does this hidden potential mean for your journey? And how can you harness it for growth? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below, and let's grow together. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more spiritual wisdom and awakening content that empowers your inner light. Your identity as a chosen one has been concealed by divine design, a sacred protection over the unique powers within you. This isn't about withholding, but rather preparing. Like a carefully guarded treasure, your spiritual gifts, be it the ability to heal, to guide, to see beyond the surface, or to inspire, are of immense value, meant for profound impact. God knows that if these gifts had been unveiled prematurely, they might have been misused, misunderstood, or even crushed by those who couldn't grasp their purpose. In a world filled with challenges, illusions, and pressures to conform, this hiddenness has allowed you the space to develop resilience, wisdom, and deep spirituality. Every trial, every moment of solitude, every time you felt out of place, all served to shape you and strengthen your spirit, molding you into someone capable of wielding these powers with integrity and compassion. This journey has not been easy, yet each struggle was a tool, chiseling away at anything that didn't belong to your true purpose. Now, as you step into a season of revelation, you're no longer just discovering your spiritual gifts, you're ready to bring them to the world. But the purpose of these gifts goes beyond personal growth. You are here to uplift, to heal, to bring clarity where there is confusion, and light where there is darkness. You have been hidden, not to limit you, but to preserve the purity and strength of your spirit. Now is the time to emerge, to embrace your calling, and to live fully as the chosen one you are meant to be, with a heart grounded in spirituality, faith, and a sense of divine responsibility. Moving forward, guard your energy wisely, for there will be those who try to draw from your light or undermine your strength. Stand firm in your identity, knowing you've been prepared in silence, and let your presence bring peace, hope, and love to others. The world needs what you carry within you. Embrace it, walk in it, and let your spiritual gifts shine. Are you ready to step into your true identity as a chosen one and let your divine gifts shine? If so, comment below. I embrace my calling to show your commitment to this sacred journey. Your light is needed. Let's walk this path together with strength and purpose. Emphasizing the extraordinary journey of God's chosen ones, it is clear that your immense power and grand destiny have been intentionally hidden, not as a denial, but as a divine act of protection. This concealment is designed to allow your strength and spiritual gifts to develop without interference from negativity, doubt, or external pressures. In moments when you feel isolated, misunderstood, or burdened by challenges, know that every experience serves a higher purpose. Each tear shed, every setback faced, and every obstacle encountered are refining you, shaping you into the vessel you are destined to become. This journey is far more than survival. It is about the transformative process of spiritual awakening that unfolds within you. The path you walk often feels lonely because it is unlike any other. The trials and closed doors you face are orchestrations of divine timing, redirecting and protecting you from premature exposure. These experiences are not meant to break you, but to guide and strengthen you for a mission that only you can fulfill. The world may not comprehend the depth of your purpose or the weight of your calling, but that is precisely why your gifts remain hidden for a season. Those who judge or misunderstand you simply do not have the spiritual sight to see the fullness of what God is doing in your life. Chosen ones are meant to break free from the limitations imposed by others. You are called to rise above mediocrity and lead with integrity, compassion, and power. The unique gifts you possess, whether the ability to heal, deep empathy, unbreakable resilience, or prophetic insight, are not for self-glorification, but for the benefit of others. When used at the right time, these gifts can transform countless lives, bringing light to darkness and hope to despair. Premature exposure could diminish their impact or put undue pressure on you. Your journey will test you. There will be moments of doubt, isolation, and rejection. Yet, every trial is a step closer to the revelation of your true identity. God's plan is precise and purposeful. He hides what is most precious until it is ready to be revealed. As you navigate this path, hold tight to your faith and understand that each delay is preparation, every challenge a means of refinement. The spiritual awakening taking place within you is the process of molding you into a light that cannot be extinguished. At the heart of this process is the assurance that God sees you, cherishes you, and guides you every step. You are not hidden to be forgotten. You are hidden to be revealed at the perfect time, as a beacon of hope and a vessel of change. Trust this process. When the world finally sees your light, it will shine in a way that only God could have orchestrated. Rise boldly, knowing that you are chosen, protected, and destined to fulfill a purpose far greater than you can imagine. Your spiritual awakening is the key, unlocking gifts and power that have always been yours, awaiting the perfect moment to change the world. If this message speaks to you, and you feel the power of your hidden journey being revealed, please comment, "I am ready" below. Share your thoughts and connect with others, walking this path of divine purpose and spiritual awakening. God often conceals your true identity and spiritual gifts until the right time, and there is a profound reason for this divine timing. Just as a seed remains hidden until it's ready to sprout, your superpowers, as a chosen one, stay unseen until they can manifest fully. This concealment protects and prepares you, allowing you to grow and gain the wisdom necessary to handle your gifts responsibly. As Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us." Your journey may be filled with doubt and trials, but these moments shape and ready you for the purpose you're destined to fulfill. Think of the times you felt isolated or underestimated. These experiences were part of a divine plan to strengthen and prepare you. Imagine a master chess player who holds back their most powerful move until it can change the game. Similarly, your gifts will emerge when you are ready and when they can make the greatest impact. Spirituality teaches us that timing is everything, as reflected in the words from Ecclesiastes. To everything, there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven. The challenges you face serve to mold your character, building resilience and wisdom so that when your gifts are revealed, you can stand strong and purposeful. Every hidden strength within you is precious, and when it's finally unveiled, it will transform not just your life, but also the lives of those around you. Reflect on how your trials have prepared you for what lies ahead. Trust that your gifts are part of a grand, divine plan, meant to be revealed when both you and the world are ready. Ask yourself, how will you prepare for this moment? How will you grow spiritually in anticipation of your great reveal? Embrace your journey with patience, faith, and courage, knowing that when the time is right, you will step fully into your power. If you feel the calling to uncover your hidden strengths and step into your true purpose, don't forget to subscribe. Join our community for more powerful insights into embracing the journey of spiritual growth and preparation. Your gifts are waiting to be revealed when the time is right. God, in His divine wisdom, often hides the true identity and unique gifts of His chosen ones to protect them from future adversaries. This isn't a restriction, but rather a shield, a measure of divine protection. Consider this. In a world filled with envy and malice, revealing one's true potential prematurely could attract unwanted attention and hostility. For the chosen ones, their gifts are extraordinary and spiritually significant, making them a target for those who would undermine or exploit their strength. Thus, secrecy becomes a necessary armor. Just as a seed grows quietly beneath the soil before breaking through into the light, so too must your spiritual gifts develop, shielded from outside interference, so they may become a source of power and impact when the time is right. Spirituality emphasizes that God's timing is perfect. He knows when to reveal and when to protect. God is not only shielding your gifts, but also refining your character through this process of concealment. This phase is not meant to isolate or discourage you. Rather, it is to prepare you for the journey ahead. Every moment of doubt, every quiet struggle, and every unseen triumph is shaping you into a vessel strong enough to carry the weight of your calling. The story of King David serves as a powerful example. Anointed but hidden, he faced trials that tested his faith, built his resilience, and prepared him for greatness. Your journey is no different. God knows that your destiny is immense, and so your preparation must match its magnitude. Your path may be difficult and full of hidden moments, but trust that God is working in every unseen detail. Every day of preparation, every challenge, and every moment of feeling set apart is leading you toward a purpose more significant than you can currently imagine. When your true identity and gifts are revealed, they will transform not only your life, but also the lives of those around you. Continue to trust in God's timing and know that every hidden phase has its reason. When the time comes for your light to shine, it will do so with a power and brilliance that cannot be ignored. Keep the faith, for God's protection is not a delay, but a preparation for something far greater. God has a plan for every one of His chosen children, often hiding the true magnitude of their powers and potential, because this journey of discovery and spiritual awakening is necessary to reveal their destiny. You might have faced situations that felt like unbearable battles or moments when you questioned why you were different or misunderstood. But every struggle, every hardship, and every trial you've endured was part of God's divine preparation. He needed to shape you, strengthen you, and mold you through adversity so that when your true calling emerged, you would be ready to step into it with faith and resilience. The world has never seen anyone quite like you. Your purpose is unique, your potential limitless, and your gifts of empathy, insight, wisdom, resilience were hidden from even yourself for a long time. This is because every chosen one needs time to grow and mature spiritually. Only by walking through trials can you awaken to the extraordinary power that lies within you. The challenges you faced were never meant to destroy you. They were meant to reveal what you're capable of. God knew that when the time came, you would be ready to shine as a light in a world filled with darkness, using your gifts to lead, heal, and inspire. Chosen ones. For much of your life, you may have felt as though your true nature and extraordinary spiritual gifts were hidden, even from yourself. This concealment was not accidental. It was part of a divine strategy. God, in His infinite wisdom, has hidden your identity to protect, nurture, and prepare you for the time when you can make your greatest impact. Every season and every moment has a purpose, as it is written. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heavens. Ecclesiastes 3:1. Just as a seed is protected underground until it is ready to blossom, you have been hidden for a reason. Every trial, misunderstanding, rejection, and challenge you have faced has been designed to refine your spirit, strengthen your soul, and prepare you to use your spiritual gifts responsibly. These experiences are not meant to break you. They are challenges that make you resilient. Consider the truth of this quote. Adversity introduces a person to himself. Every hardship is a stepping stone on your path to spiritual awakening. Despite the obstacles, you remain unbroken, your spirit unshaken. This is no coincidence. It is because you are chosen and your journey has been uniquely crafted by divine hands. God often hides precious things until the appointed time, ensuring that you are ready when the time comes to reveal your true light. You are on the brink of a powerful transformation. When the time is right, I, the Lord, will bring it about. Isaiah 60:22. When your true identity is revealed, it will not only change your life, but it will inspire and awaken others to their purpose. You are being called to lead, heal, and guide. How does this make you feel? Are you ready for such a responsibility? These feelings of hope, excitement, and even fear are natural, because being chosen comes with great responsibility. However, you are never alone. God walks with you, empowers you, and guides you every step of the way. In a world that is in dire need of light, your unique journey has prepared you to stand out. Are you ready to step into your true identity and embrace the divine purpose for which you were chosen? If this message resonates with your spirit and you feel the call to lead, heal, and inspire, share your thoughts by commenting, "I am ready," below. Connect with others on this transformative journey, and let's support one another in revealing our true light to the world. Humility and inner strength are the quiet forces that shape the lives of chosen ones. When God decides to conceal your true identity, it isn't to diminish you, but to prepare you. Your hidden gifts are a strategic advantage, cloaked in a demeanor of humility. While others may chase after recognition and display their power openly, your strength is silently built within, making you unshakable when the moment calls for it. This humility is your armor, shielding you from those who might seek to exploit your gifts or underestimate your true potential. It allows you to walk with quiet confidence, mastering your spirit and reflecting the depth of your inner power. Every challenge you face, every setback that tests your resilience, is meant to refine your soul and sharpen your gifts. When your moment of revelation comes, humility will transform your strengths into a beacon of light and purpose, revealing the true force of your spirit. The enlightenment of chosen ones goes beyond worldly understanding. Your insights and wisdom are hidden for a reason to be revealed at the right moment. You are blessed with advanced thinking, spiritual awakening, and a perception that stretches beyond what the ordinary eye can see. This makes you different, but not alone. Your silence, your patience, and your ability to observe with clarity are not signs of weakness, but of strength, waiting for divine timing. While the world might rush to speak, judge, or act without seeing the bigger picture, you hold back, guided by something higher. When the time is right, your insights will emerge, and those who once doubted or dismissed you will recognize your purpose and wisdom. This restraint is a mark of a true spiritual warrior, someone who knows that timing is everything and that their gifts have a divine purpose. Trust that every experience is molding you, refining you, and preparing you for when your spiritual awakening is complete and your light shines at its brightest. Have you ever felt that your true gifts are hidden for a divine purpose? Share your journey of inner strength and humility in the comments below. Your story can illuminate the path for others. If you are still discovering your hidden potential, comment, "I trust the process," so we can walk this journey of quiet strength and spiritual awakening together, embracing every step of our divine preparation. The power in silence is a remarkable gift bestowed upon the chosen ones. This powerful silence is not emptiness or weakness. Rather, it is a silent strength that commands respect and exudes authority without uttering a single word. In a world that thrives on noise and demands constant attention, the chosen ones find their strength in stillness, standing as beacons of composure in the midst of chaos. When others rush to speak, your restraint reveals a wisdom and spiritual depth that cannot be ignored. As Proverbs states, "The one who has knowledge uses words with restraint, and whoever has understanding is even-tempered." This silent power isn't just a passive trait. It is a conscious choice to protect your energy, maintain your peace, and draw strength from your spiritual connection. How often do you find that your silence speaks volumes and commands the room, even when no words are exchanged? Reflecting on those moments, they are not mere coincidences, but a manifestation of divine purpose, guiding and protecting you on your spiritual journey. Equally profound gift is thriving in solitude. Thriving in solitude is not about isolation or loneliness. It is about transformation and self-reliance. God leads the chosen ones into periods of solitude to strip away distractions, refine their gifts, and deepen their spiritual connection. When you stand alone, you become resilient, strong, and attuned to the voice of God, free from the noise of the world. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us." In solitude, you discover the power within yourself, gifts, wisdom, and strength that have been buried under layers of doubt and fear. Have you ever considered why your journey often feels isolated? It is because solitude is God's way of sharpening your spiritual sword, ensuring you emerge stronger, more focused, and ready to fulfill your destiny. Every moment spent in solitude is a preparation, a sacred space where you are refined for the battles and blessings ahead. The combination of these powerful silence and thriving in solitude creates a transformative path for the chosen ones. Your identity is hidden and protected by God until the time is right for your gifts to be revealed to the world. In the meantime, cherish the silence, embrace the solitude, and allow these moments to prepare you for your divine purpose. The journey may be challenging, but the rewards of spiritual growth, resilience, and divine wisdom are beyond measure. Seeing beyond illusions is a rare and powerful gift that sets chosen ones apart from the crowd. This spiritual ability allows you to perceive the truth behind appearances, cutting through superficiality and revealing what lies beneath. In a world dominated by masks and hidden agendas, your gift is a beacon of clarity and authenticity. Your discernment is not simply an intellectual skill, but a deep spiritual insight that enables you to recognize falsehoods, hidden motives, and even the wounds others try to hide. This insight can be overwhelming at times, making it feel like you're walking a solitary path. But remember, it is also what makes you uniquely powerful. You are equipped to protect yourself and guide others to a place of truth. Many will be drawn to you for your genuine spirit, while others may feel exposed or intimidated, avoiding your presence altogether. This natural intimidation you possess is not about projecting fear or dominance, but rather the undeniable power of your authenticity. Without a single word, your energy carries weight. It filters out inauthentic people and situations, serving as a shield against negativity and deception. People who lack integrity, who thrive on manipulation or superficiality, often find your presence unsettling. Your light exposes darkness. Your strength makes others reflect on their own weaknesses. This can be a difficult gift to bear, but it is an essential part of your calling as a chosen one. In everyday interactions, you might notice how people either respect you deeply or keep their distance. This spiritual energy acts as both a guide and a protector, allowing only those with sincere intentions into your inner circle. In this fast-paced, often chaotic world, discernment is more important than ever. Cultivate strong boundaries and seek connections with those who honor and respect your path. Remember, you are not alone. There are others who walk similar journeys, who also carry spiritual gifts meant to elevate humanity. Protect your energy, embrace your role, and know that every challenge and every moment of doubt is an opportunity to grow stronger. Your journey as a chosen one is sacred, and your ability to see through illusions and naturally shift the energy around you is a testament to the divine purpose you carry. Stand in your light, live your truth, and let your spiritual gifts guide you towards fulfilling your destiny with courage and compassion. This is your calling. Embrace it fully, for the world needs your unique gifts now more than ever. If this message resonates with you, comment below "I see beyond illusions" to affirm your powerful gift of discernment and attract clarity and authenticity into your life. Your journey as a chosen one is sacred. Embrace your light and share your truth. Chosen ones, when you embrace your true self, it naturally repels those who are inauthentic or hide their true motives. This is not a coincidence. It is a part of your spiritual awakening orchestrated by God. Your light, radiating authenticity and integrity, becomes a powerful barrier against manipulation, dishonesty, and hidden agendas. Those who seek to deceive or manipulate cannot comfortably stay in your presence, as the purity of your actions and intentions exposes their true nature. While it may feel isolating or difficult at times, understand that this process is a divine form of protection, ensuring only genuine people surround you. Every time you act with sincerity, speak from the heart, and stay true to your values, it unsettles those who are unable to reflect the same level of integrity. People who mask their true nature often find themselves deeply uncomfortable around individuals who live in truth. It might seem as though you are losing connections, but this is part of God's plan to guide you toward your purpose. When God hides your true identity, it is to protect your spiritual gifts and prepare you for greater things. This spiritual awakening strips away falsehood and leaves only truth in its wake. The loss of inauthentic relationships or distancing from deceptive encounters is not rejection. It is an opportunity to deepen your bond with those who resonate with your higher calling. God is guiding you to recognize and nurture genuine connections. Your spiritual superpowers, empathy, insight, and discernment are being refined with each experience. Embrace every moment of clarity and let go of what does not serve your journey. Those who appreciate your authenticity will be drawn closer, ready to walk with you on this path of spiritual awakening. Guard your energy and boldly step into your divine purpose. The journey may be challenging, but it is blessed and protected by divine forces. Your true identity, hidden by God, is meant to be revealed when you are ready to wield your power for good. Trust in the process, and remember that each step forward brings you closer to your highest purpose. Chosen ones, when you embrace your true self, it naturally repels those who are inauthentic or hide their true motives. This is not a coincidence. It is a part of your spiritual awakening orchestrated by God. Your light, radiating authenticity and integrity, becomes a powerful barrier against manipulation, dishonesty, and hidden agendas. Those who seek to deceive or manipulate cannot comfortably stay in your presence, as the purity of your actions and intentions exposes their true nature. While it may feel isolating or difficult at times, understand that this process is a divine form of protection, ensuring only genuine people surround you. Every time you act with sincerity, speak from the heart, and stay true to your values, it unsettles those who are unable to reflect the same level of integrity. People who mask their true nature often find themselves deeply uncomfortable around individuals who live in truth. It might seem as though you are losing connections, but this is part of God's plan to guide you toward your purpose. When God hides your true identity, it is to protect your spiritual gifts and prepare you for greater things. This spiritual awakening strips away falsehood and leaves only truth in its wake. The loss of inauthentic relationships or distancing from deceptive encounters is not rejection. It is an opportunity to deepen your bond with those who resonate with your higher calling. God is guiding you to recognize and nurture genuine connections. Your spiritual superpowers, empathy, insight, and discernment are being refined with each experience. Embrace every moment of clarity and let go of what does not serve your journey. Those who appreciate your authenticity will be drawn closer, ready to walk with you on this path of spiritual awakening. Guard your energy and boldly step into your divine purpose. The journey may be challenging, but it is blessed and protected by divine forces. Your true identity, hidden by God, is meant to be revealed when you are ready to wield your power for good. Trust in the process, and remember that each step forward brings you closer to your highest purpose. To wrap up this profound exploration of why your true identity and spiritual gifts have been hidden by God, remember that every struggle, every silent moment, and every step of your journey has served a divine purpose. You, as a chosen one, are being refined to wield your gifts with wisdom, humility, and great impact. Embrace the timing and know that God's preparation is perfect. Your time to shine is coming. Now, reflect on your path. How has your journey shaped your spirit? Share your story and insights in the comments below and connect with others on this transformative path of spiritual awakening. If you're ready to step into your divine purpose, Type "I am ready" and let your light shine brightly for all to see. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more spiritual insights that guide and empower your journey.